Hi guys. Today I want to look at something that has been bugging me for a while, and it's because you know me, I always talk about rape, whether it's on my podcast or my vlog or my blog. I'm always talking about rape. I hate it when I get to hear that someone is raped, and so I charge down the throats of whoever rapists are, and I'm like, they should be punished, they should face the wrath of the law and all of that. So I talk about rape a lot. And I usually do not give any room for the alleged rapist to argue. I just feel that once a woman comes out to say she's been raped, then she has been raped. And so I'm making my point of duty to stand for the woman, to say and demand that whoever raped her, be it a single person or a gang, that they be punished. But then recently, when news broke out that the woman who had accused Emmett Till of raping her in 1955, when he was 14 years old, came out and said she had not been raped. Yes, I mean, this guy was lynched in 1955 for allegedly raping a white woman, whom it turns out in 2017 she confessed was not true, that he never tried nothing. I had to sit down and really reflect. I understand that, yes, it was a time where racism was the bane of the day. It was where white people treated black people poorly and in the worst form of disrespect that could ever possibly be. But to have that woman come out and say that she lied against this boy, that it was not true, it really broke my spirit, and it got me thinking a lot. That there are times when a guy is accused of raping a girl and he's not. He didn't do it. He had not done it. He didn't rape the girl. And I really sat down to think about it, and I was like, yes, there are people who rape, and that's the standard, and they need to be punished. But what happens when a guy is accused of rape? And everything, all the evidence points to the fact that the girl was raped. But she wasn't raped by the guy. What then happens? Let me give you examples. There are girls who maybe have sex with a guy, and then because their parents do not approve of something, or maybe they got pregnant and they feel that it's the only way to get out of it, and they now come out and say, I was raped. Or there are girls who sleep with somebody else and then accuse somebody else of raping them. There are even girls who don't even sleep with anybody. They don't sleep with the guy, and just to get him to maybe do a couple of things that they want, they accuse a guy of rape. These are the realities. As much as I want to say that every girl who comes out to say she's been raped is raped, I still have to look at the possibility that a small few actually lying about rape. And then what happens when that happens? Because, you know, once someone is said to be a rapist, it sticks to them forever and ever and ever, till, if they're very lucky, they go to another country and start over. So what happens if a guy really doesn't rape a girl? I think for those of us who are fighting for this, we need to consider this sometimes. I'm not saying all the time, because trust me, it's hard for me to talk about this even right now, because it's just weird. But to be accused of raping someone, to have that stigma to your name, that someone says you raped them, and then to have that stigma attached to your name for the rest of your life, unless you can change locations, I think is one of the worst things that someone can do. And I want to look at the girls who do things like this. I'm like, what the... I can't curse. But what the hell is wrong with you? Why do you sit down and think it's okay to accuse people of rape? What's your thought process when you think that this is something that should be done? Now let me explain what this does. For every girl who lies about someone and says, oh, he raped me when he did not, think about 100 girls who will come out and say, I was raped, and they'll say, oh, are you trying to frame him? or are you trying to lie against him? And I feel it is just stupid to, if you had sex with somebody and you know you gave consent, and it was, and I'm particular about consent. You gave consent, and then maybe you got out of the house and you felt bad about it, and you say the person raped you. Does that even make sense to you? Does it even work for you? It's terrible because I am someone who finds it extremely hard to forgive a rapist. I don't care who he is or how reformed he is. I feel that once a rapist, always a rapist. So imagine that we treat someone like this and say you're a rapist, and we treat you poorly, and we ask that the wrath of the law come against you. And let's say perchance the law works. I know in Nigeria the law doesn't work, but let's say the law works, and then this person is sent to jail, and then this person in jail gets to suffer whatever it is that he suffers, including rape, for something he did not do. God, I can't even begin to imagine it. So as hard as it is for me to consider the possibilities that sometimes some women lie, it is a reality, and it's not fair to look at one side of a story and not the other side of a story. And so I am saying that every woman who lies against someone, and I'm emphasizing on the lie, I'm not saying that you took away your consent and the guy continued, and yes, that is rape. If you are lying, and that's the emphasis, I need to put that out there. If you are lying that someone raped you, I think you're one of the worst kinds of human beings in this world. It's just the standard truth. Like, you're one of the worst kinds of human beings in this world. It is not fair to those who have been unfairly accused of something they did not do. One, it's not fair to those who actually have been raped by someone and then have to go to the court of law to try to prove what has happened. It's not fair to them. So when a guy doesn't rape a woman and he's accused of raping that woman, what should be done to the woman? In my view, I believe that every rapist should have 14 years imprisonment. That is because that's the Nigerian law. Technically, I believe that they should do what the Indonesians are doing, castrate him. So if a woman lies against a man and says he rapes her and she was not raped, what should happen to her? In my view, I think she should also have the 14 years imprisonment. Because you do not ruin a person's reputation, ruin a person's life, ruin everything about a person on a whim. And then you do not make it harder for those who have actually been raped to come forth and talk about their problem. No, I do not agree with it. So if for every woman who lies against someone when she knows the person didn't rape her, I think she should go to jail for 14 years. So that's my opinion. What do you think about it? Do you think that women who lie against those who lie against people and say they rape them should be punished? And how much punishment should they get? Hit me up in the comment section and let's get to talk about this, because there are a lot of guys who are out there and there are few and in between. I'm going to say this right now. There are few and in between. But then it's the Bible that says it's better that 100 guilty go scot-free than one innocent person suffer for something he didn't do. So yes, let's talk about this. Let's discuss this. What do you think should happen to people who falsely accuse men, in this case, of raping them? Yeah, it's a heavy topic and I'm tired of talking about it. So I can't wait to see your comments and I can't wait to interact with them, and I can't wait for us to talk more about this. Thank you for having my time, and I hope you have the best of your day. Have a good day and bye.